Hello, everybody. It's me, Mr. Steve, and it's time for another weekly wellness check. Well, semi-weekly wellness check. I've been doing it pretty much every other week lately. But this is a vlog that I do every week or every other week, depending, where I just talk to you honestly about things. So how are you doing? And I know a lot of people are going back to school, which sounds crazy to me because people are still getting sick and all of that. And thankfully, I'm fortunate enough to be able to be in a position where I can stay home and I can school the kids. We're doing online virtual academies, school online, and I'm going to end up teaching a preschooler, a third grader, and a sophomore in high school, which is insane. Be sure and check out my GoFundMe. I have a GoFundMe going on right now where I am raising money to purchase a deluxe Severus Snape costume so that I can annoy my kids as Severus Snape every morning. So I was thinking to myself, like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can teach these 3 kids. But then I thought, Mr. Steve doing a funny character could do this. You know? So that's I've raised like $130 from people from all over the world who just want me to embarrass my children. So that's exciting. You like the shirt? I got it at Austin, Texas, Museum of the Weird. Crazy place, shrunken heads and Fiji mermaids, and it's a wonderful place. I think I should move to Austin only because my Mr. Steve's weirdness would be more accepted there. Whoa, wasp. Excuse me, guys. Back here. Get back here. Dang it. Dang it. I almost had that wasp. Man, okay. Hi. Almost got that wasp. So I'm here in the garden. Here in the garden. I don't know the lines to this song. So this is a small garden area that is... Oh, hi, hummingbird. Did you see that hummingbird? I don't think you did. I'm going to try and move this a little bit so you might be able to see some of the hummingbirds better. But I am sitting in front of this garden. Check out my wife's gardening skills. And this garden area is right in front of my window where I do all of my videos, most of my videos. So right over here, you can see we've got the, I can't see anything right now. There you go, right there is the new hummingbird feeder. And if you stay out here and you're quiet enough, you can see a ton of hummingbirds. And it's really cool. There's about 4 hummingbirds in the neighborhood, and they fight each other for all the hummingbird feeders and all that. Can you even see me? Maybe this is... I wanted to do it outside just because it's different, you know? Give you guys different backgrounds instead of my same background over and over again. But there are wasps, and there's a guy mowing his lawn a few houses down. So maybe this wasn't the best place to do a vlog. Anyway, I've been pretty depressed lately. Been trying to change that, but it's difficult. Mr. Steve has this thing called bipolar. Basically what that means is, you hear that? Oh man, you missed that hummingbird, man. Okay, so Mr. Steve is bipolar, and what that means is that my mood changes like songs on Spotify station. And like a Pink Floyd song, you never know how long the mood is going to last. It could last 2 minutes, it could last hours. So that's fun. Would you hear that chirping? That chirping is the hummingbirds. We've had so many hummingbirds lately that I've learned, before now, I had never heard a hummingbird chirp. But now there's 4 hummingbirds in our neighborhood that fight for the hummingbird feeders, and they're always fighting with each other, so a lot of chirping, and I had never seen a hummingbird poop before. So, yeah, I've been pretty depressed lately, but I'm trying to cheer myself up, and one thing that always cheers me up. Oh no, it's okay, hummingbird. Oh man. One thing that always cheers me up is being Mr. Steve. Did you see my video yesterday where I read what might be the worst book of all time, Mary and the Magic Ball? That was wonderful. I was so depressed yesterday. You know, I could barely do anything. But then I said, no, we're going to write an intro. We're going to download clips. We're gonna edit this. It took me like all day to do. But it cheered me up so much because it was just such a good video. Today I'll be posting 2 videos. This video, the weekly wellness check, and then later I'll be doing a taste test where I will be eating a meatless hamburger, which I've never done before. I'm a huge meat lover. So that will be very different. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay here and be really quiet and just film the hummingbird feeder. And then eventually we should get some hummingbirds on video. Because if you just stay still out here and are fairly quiet, you'll get a lot of hummingbirds. So we're just going to stay here and film this for a little bit, and I will talk to you guys. So how are you? Sorry if this weekly wellness check video has been a pretty big bummer. I don't mean for it to be. I'm doing all right. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old. Older, at least. It's a bunch of different things, you know. My wife is an essential worker, and she is getting paid very well, which allows me to be at home taking care of the kids. And so we are in a position where I can stay home and I can teach the kids, and that's good. Whoa, did you see that? Wow. So we're fortunate, I guess, in that sense, where I can teach the kids instead of sending them to school, because we're worried that will put them at risk. There's a lot of other families out there where both families are working and they don't have the situation where both parents, where one of the parents can stay home and teach the kids. So I guess that's a blessing, but also it's pretty stressful teaching 3 kids. It is so hot today. Anyway, it's been a weird summer. You know? Almost all of it spent indoors. Of all the things that would happen in 2020, I never thought drive-in movie theaters becoming a thing again would be one of the things that happened this year, so that's neat. I'm very frustrated about drive-ins because there's one that's about an hour and a half away, and they show double features, and they have the Chief Drive-In in Chickasha. It's about an hour and a half from us if we don't want to pay tolls. and they show double features, and they're a really cool drive-in, but it's pretty far. And because it's summer, the movie started like 8, so we would be leaving that drive-in at like 12:15, and that's a pretty long drive when it's 12:15 a.m., you know? There's a wonderful drive-in called the Winchester Drive-In, and that drive-in is only about a half hour away because it's in Oklahoma City. And, bug on me. That drive-in's only about a half hour away. But they say that because of COVID-19 restrictions, we're only showing one movie, which I don't believe. I think they've just found a way to have to only pay for one movie. And they're blaming it on COVID-19, but so far I haven't seen a movie that I would... In my mind, when you go to a drive-in, it's a double feature. I'm not going to put all of my family in a car and drive all the way to a drive-in just for one movie. And if it is, it has to be a very special movie. I'm not going to go to the drive-in just for Karate Kid or Space Jam. Lame. Anyway. I've also been kind of lonely, you know, because my wife is gone. I don't have that many adult friends to, like, hang out with. I have a lot of friends, and they're all in different states. If I ever moved to Phoenix, Arizona, I would have 100 new friends. But I'm here in Oklahoma, and then in a small town in Oklahoma. I miss movie theaters. I say that a lot because I had this thing, the AMC A-List. I was a member of the AMC A-List, and that got me 3 free movies a week. And so I'd go to the movies all the time, and it was so much fun. And it's like I was taking a film class, you know. Oh. Did you see that, guys? And girls? Wow. But I don't want to... But now there's no movie theaters. And it's ridiculous that, you know, we live in a country where people are saying it's too dangerous to go to movies. Ooh. Hummingbird fights. It's too dangerous to go to the movies. You can't go into a giant cavernous movie theater and sit far away from people and watch a movie for an hour and 40 minutes. Well, then how is it safe for a classroom of 39 kids to sit right next to each other for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, to go to school? It just makes no sense. I've also been kind of sad because we're still doing Raising Little Leaders story times at home, and wow, that one got close. Did you see that one, guys? I am honored to have teamed up with LoveWorks Leadership. They're a nonprofit that helps kids, and they are a prestigious nonprofit in the Oklahoma area, in Norman, Oklahoma, and they help kids, and they're an amazing, amazing organization. And the fact that I do story times with them is just wonderful, and it allows me to still do story times after having been fired needlessly from the bookstore. And I'm just honored to be working in any way, shape, or form with this nonprofit, but it's just a little bit difficult because oh, dude. Not only is this a weekly wellness check, but also hummingbird fights. This is exciting. That one just straight up almost buzzed my head. So much of Mr. Steve I now know. This is one thing I've learned during the coronavirus pandemic. So much of Mr. Steve is Mr. Steve interacting with children. ad-libbing with children, bouncing off of children. They have questions, I answer them. I ask them questions, they answer them. And so much of Mr. Steve is just Mr. Steve with kids. Being silly around children. And without that audience, it's kind of sad. And I just don't feel like myself. And large portions of Loveworks, the nonprofit, have gone back to normal, but just not. Whoa! Just not my story times, and it's a bit sad. I miss being on a stage in front of a crowd of people who care about me. And also when I did the live story times, the live Raising Little Leaders story times with Loveworks, I got paid a large amount of money to just go there, ad-lib, play with the kids, do a story time, and then go home. And there wasn't a lot of work. I would get there maybe like 45 minutes early, read the book really quickly, ad-lib. It was fun, and then I would go back home. Doing them at home is so much more work, and I have to record a story time in advance beforehand, and then there's a meeting, and then there's another meeting, and then there's a run-through, and it can be quite difficult, And it's just, I miss just being up on that stage and people care. I don't know, this whole thing is just a rant. But we did see some pretty good hummingbirds. You see that? So I've been kind of depressed lately, but also, you need sadness in your life. You can't have happiness without sadness. They go together. It's like a yin and a yang. All things must pass. Whenever you're feeling sad, kids, just know that sadness never lasts. It's an important lesson that eventually you're going to get through this and you're going to feel better. And I've been kind of depressed lately, but my story time yesterday really cheered me up, and I'm feeling a bit better today. So it gets better. Anyway, this has been a bit of a long rant, but we got to see some hummingbird fights. That was exciting, huh? That was really exciting. Let's see if we can see one more hummingbird fight. No? No? Well, now that I want it to happen, it's not going to happen. Anywho. This has been fun. I don't know if it's fun for you. I don't know if anybody's going to watch this. But anyway, thanks for listening, I guess, is what I'm saying. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are happy. And if you guys aren't happy, just give it time. And you'll feel better. Who is this coming out here right now? You do not have a shirt on or pants. You need to get back in the house. What?
I found a truck and that doesn't mean it was an ice cream truck. Was it an ice cream truck?
It was an ice cream truck, but it's okay. I'll get you guys ice cream in a little bit, but please go back in the house. You do not have clothes on. Being a parent is very difficult sometimes, but also rewarding and fun. One of the things I like about my weekly wellness checks is that it shows that I'm human. Mr. Steve, as a storyteller, has always been very honest with kids. I am honest with children. I tell it like it is. I'm a straight shooter. And so, through these weekly wellness check videos I've been doing, you guys probably know me more than... You definitely know more about my personal life than, I don't know, Blippi or FGTV. So that's good. I got that. Also, I promise you, unlike FGTV, unlike Guava Juice, you'll never see me doing a uncomfortably bad rap song where I culturally appropriate from other cultures about a popular trend. You'll never see me do that. So, that's the Mr. Steve promise. Scout's honor. I was never a scout, but my brother was. I have an older brother. He's mean. Anyway, so that's it. Be sure and keep an eye out later today. I've got another video coming. A taste test. That's going to be interesting. And then tomorrow we'll do another story time. So, see you later, guys. Thanks for listening. And remember, Mr. Steve cares about you. And also, the Secretary of the Interior during the Harding administration was a man named Albert B. Fall. He sold public land to private corporations, including the Teapot Dome area in, I believe, Wyoming. It was the worst political scandal until Nixon and until 2020, 2019, 2018, and 2017. See you later, guys. Bye.